David Corson, Sunday, happy Easter. Woohoo! What a day. Just got some cloud cover, but it's in the mid 80s. I'm sweating my tail off, as you can see. I think I'm sweating here. I don't know what they at, sweat. Hey, I'm working hard, trying to get this done. Hey, hope you had a great Saturday night. Mine was pretty darn good. Swarm won, beat Buffalo. They got in the playoffs when they had to. Dug deep, and they had to come from behind to get the goal, to get the win. And Buffalo, hey, they played all their good players, so that game was close. And earlier I was up at the house, so I lost my power on my phone, so I was up there all day dealing with this door, this metal door that we cut in. We had to swap it out. And when you swap out doors, things happen. So the trim was off. The battens were off. I was up there for 8 hours with these two guys putting this freaking door in. Anyway, looks beautiful now. But, man, you just run into these things. When you remove door, if it's not the same exact door, you don't know what's behind there. And, of course, our framer, he used 4-inch door jamb when he needs 6. So I had to rebuild the trim around the door. And I still have to finish the ones inside. I'm going to let my cabinet guy who's coming in to install cabinets start on that. He'll do that in about an hour. He'll be faster than I am. I can do it, but I want it to be really clean. It's got to get painted. So the painter's not going to be happy, but I told him I was ripping it out. So in any event, hey, here's the pool. No one's here. Easter Sunday. I am surprised, but we get out of school here in about a month and or less. The place is going to be packed. Tennis, pickleball going on up here, all sorts of stuff. So, but my DuPis, they lost to Providence. Now they're tied with them. They got to go on the road to Marquette. And I don't know if they lose that game and Providence wins, who's the fourth team's going to be. And it's the league championship is going to be held at our home field, Peter Barton Stadium. And in any event, if they don't make it in, oh my God. It was senior day yesterday. They lost like 9-6 or 10-6. I don't know. I missed it all. I came home and I looked at the stats. I was like, oh, I can't believe they lost. So the Swarm, they got in. But just a game, I know. But as an alum, I hate losing. And nothing against Providence. Hey, we beat them in ice hockey, knocked them out of the tournament. Hey, they just knocked us off. If we would have got that game, we would have had a spot secured. And on senior day, it's at home. Your parents are there. Dig deep, fellas. Come on, man. You're better than that. That's all I got to say. As if I was on that team, I'd take a timeout and go, what is wrong with you guys? Come on. You're better than this team. But I'm just yelling at the laptop. But I'm glad I wasn't there because I probably would have thrown the laptop against the wall. I mean, when I saw that score, I was like, oh, my God. Nothing against Providence. But hey, listen, they beat some good teams this year, and they lost to some good teams. And nothing is Providence. They're a good team. But their record doesn't show it. And there's no reason why we should have lost that team. But, hey, like I said, the Swarm made my night. Got up this morning, was putting around, doing some laundry, this and that. I'm going to go up to the house and drop some things off and put some locks in. And just make sure everything's ready to go in the morning for all these guys that are showing up tomorrow. I mean, everything's starting. Cabinets, floors, still painting, fixing things up, electrician. I mean, there is so much stuff that's getting installed this week. I mean, my aim is to finish that house so I can get my inspection April 1st. Or not April 1st, May 1st, excuse me. So I might make it. We'll see. Got to make the best use of your time. I have a plan. Got everything I need to know. Now I just need people to show up. And I'm hoping Mother Nature's supposed to rain down here all week. Can't pour concrete in the rain. It's just a bummer. So I'm supposed to set up, I think, Wednesday and pour Thursday. And landscapers are coming in on Friday. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Mother Nature, give me a break. Just don't rain here those 2 days. Let me get my concrete, and then let it pour. And I don't care if it rains after it because it's already done. But it's got to dry and it's got to cure. Nothing can go on those things. So that's my week, man. I'm like so excited. But we're gonna go up there today and just bring some stuff up that we've been saving at the house that needs to go up there. And but man, just remember what any of those videos, if you're looking at the house, what it looks like, because it's gonna look like a real house. And when that concrete and landscape goes in on the fence, oh my God, it's gonna look awesome. And we still have stuff to do, but we want to get moved in. But hey, I hope you're having a great Sunday. I'm working on myself, my happiness, my financial stability, my arms, my legs, everything. And I'm going to go home, take a shower, hydrate, put a little protein in me. We're going to run up to the house. Got to put the boat cover on. It's still charging those batteries. I'm going to let them charge all week. But it's going to rain. I don't want the interior getting all wet. So I got to put the boat cover on. Got to put some locks on. She's got some things she wants to do. We got to sweep the front of the where we just put that door in, and want to make sure we got this white kind of frosted brick in the front, and there's all this clay, and when it rains hard, the raindrops hit the clay and it splatters, and brick is porous, so it'll stain it, and it's a bummer. So we've had it covered this whole time, and but we got to make sure it's covered for the rain coming in. So hey, here's what I'm thinking as I'm out here sweating my tail off on a beautiful day in North Georgia. Happy Easter once again. That word is convince. Yeah, convince. Why do I like that? You know what convincing is? It's basically, just proving something that you think that is truthful. It could be anything. On the athletic field, in business, relationships, sleep, whatever you do during the day, you got to convince. First of all, you got to convince yourself to get up in the morning, which you should be. You know what you do when you get up in the morning? You make your bed. You get in the shower with your game face on. You put a smile on your face. Have a great breakfast, and then go attack the freaking day with all you have. And go through the morning. Have a nice lunch. A little knick-knack in the afternoon. Have a nice dinner. Drink some water all day, and have some fun that evening. Deplug. Get ready for some REM sleep, and convince yourself, hey, you deserve all this rest. So that's my word, convince. And it's like on the athletic field. Warm-ups, people think just go through the rigmarole of warm-ups before a game. Hey, you know what I'm doing? I'm warming up. I'm looking at the other team's warm-up. I'm looking for the players that I know what numbers they are, what positions they play. I'm watching them. I'm watching the goalie. I'm looking if he's weak on one side or the other, how he stick handles. I'm looking at all that stuff. Just in all that stuff I just said to you in like 20 seconds. I am looking. Plus, I'm concentrating on staying in the warm-up drill, whatever it might be. So I'm thinking about all that stuff because I have to convince myself that I have to go up against this big badass defenseman that just likes whacking people. He's twice my size, and I got to beat that guy to score goals, or I have to pull him in to have the other guy slide, so leaves my man open. I know I'm just talking sports here, but that's all convincing. Convincing your teammates, convincing yourself, convincing everybody they buy into the system. You have all week to prepare. You should win those games. Okay? Especially when you're home. You got to protect the home field. You got to protect the house. Okay? You got to protect the front door. That's where all the goals are going in. And it's never the goalie's fault. All right? Never. Because he's brave enough to sit in between those pipes. And let me tell you, the puck and the ball, whatever you're playing, it gets you where you don't have any padding. And let me tell you, a lacrosse ball, it's a hard ball. They go about 110, 120 miles an hour, maybe even faster. That freaking thing hurts if you get pelted. Okay, but believe me, they're not shooting at you. They're trying to hit the corners, whatever, but they're not always going to hit them. They're going to hit you. And we don't even know. Wear a helmet, throat guard. I've got some steel tips in my gloves, and a chest protector and a cup. Other than that, that's all we wear in lacrosse. You got to be you got to be pretty badass to go in the goal in lacrosse. Trust me. And I was the backup goalie for my men's team. I went in there all the time. Came home with welts, had my bell rung a couple times. The ball hit me in the side of the helmet, man. Anyway, you got to convince yourself that you can do that stuff. And in athletics. Business, you got to convince yourself every day. You love your job. You love your product. You even like your competitors. You got to convince yourself. You got to give them respect because you're going up against them. You someday might work for that company or buy that company. You don't know what's going to happen down the road. You can kind of point yourself in that direction, but the business world's a very small place. So you never want to burn bridges with people, and there's 8 billion people on the planet you want to communicate with. Hey, you got to have your game face on all day. Convince yourself that you can do that, and that you can do it day in and day out, all year long. Making positive out of negatives. Any speed bumps, any potholes that you run, you just drive over those. Convince. It's an awesome word to have attached to you. Convincing, convinced, whichever way you want to use it. It's an awesome word to have in your verbiage. Okay? Relationships. Hey, you got to convince someone to go out with you. You got to convince someone, hey, you're with your pets. Hey, let's go for a walk. Let's go to the bathroom, guys. We're going out here. I got to convince you to go do it. All right? Because I don't want to have to get up in the middle of the night and let you out. All right? You got to convince your kids to do the right thing. You got to convince the restaurant you're at, hey, man, this is my order. This is the way I want it. I don't want any onions on it. I want it medium rare, whatever it might be. All right? And you got to convince yourself that you can go out and get it done every day. Your mind is like one of your biggest battles you're going to have. So convincing. Man, That is just an unbelievable thing to have in business. It's strategic. Relationships, it's totally needed. And then you got to convince your body to sleep when it needs to. And if you get in a routine, brushing your teeth, flossing, getting some water, unplugging from your phone, you'll get a good 6 to 8 hours. I have a little fan. Let me tell you, this year was my sleep year. I wanted to get better sleep. I wasn't getting enough. And I need about 6 hours. I'm going to be 62 in a couple months. I need at least 6 hours. I'll take 6 to 7, somewhere in there. I don't need 8. It'd be nice to get 8 here and there, but 6, I'm nice and fresh. I still get up before my alarm goes off. I would like to, I just getting up early and get so much done between 5 and 8 o'clock in the morning. Between 8 and 9, I get in the shower, have some breakfast, whatever. And then I go through it, man. Do some push-ups, whatever I need to do to keep myself going. I'm just not sitting at my desk. I'm doing stuff. So, you got to convince your body. And that your body's going to convince you, hey, man, it's time to go out and, like I am right now, pushing it. But later it's going to convince me, hey, man, it's time to go to bed. I'm ready to catch some REM. 6 hours, man. Let's go. Got a big week ahead of us. So that's the word, convince, for this Sunday, April 20th, 2025. I'm going to finish up. And like I said, I'm going up the house, get some things done, have a nice dinner, relax, watch American Idol, I think. And I know it's geeky, but there's some good singers on there. I think it's pretty cool. Hey, those guys on American Idol, they got to convince the America to vote for him, So talk about pressure. Some of these people have never even performed in front of people. That's why I like that show. It just shows people development, and they practice, they get better, improving. Man, that's inspirational in my book. So look, it's from the heart, take it to the bank, put it up here in your knowledge vault on the shelf, and use that word convince when you need to. Okay, it's there for you. Doesn't matter what kind of day it is. Cloudy, beautiful, semi-cloudy, rain, lightning, snow, sleet, whatever. It's just another day. Don't make it bigger than it is. And convince yourself that you're going to have an awesome day, no matter how it goes. Okay? Stay positive, blind home, move forward. Win or learn. There is no losing. If you work on convincing every day, every week, every month, for the remainder of the year, all the way to December 31st, you'll have about 8.5 months of data on yourself. And you'll know every day. Do it right here on your phone. Create a document, create a little notepad, date it, put a couple sentences to a paragraph on how you were convincing in whatever you're trying to improve. And believe me, everybody needs improvement. Don't tell me, if someone tells you they don't need to improve, don't believe them, all right? In Taekwondo, you never stop learning. First degree, second degree, third degree, fourth degree. After you get your black belt, it's never ending. You always have to learn. The day you stop learning is the day you should go do something else, okay? So, in any event, that's my word, convince. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Leave it all out there in the field. Have a great week ahead. And happy Easter. And I will see you tomorrow. Probably up on the lot. Be safe. Take action. Convince.